Here's the sandblaster we built. It's big enough to fit a Honda fender in. As you can see, this is my son's car. New engine, K22, I believe.
K24.
K24. It's a K swap. This mount was totally rotten. We had to cut this whole front support off, weld in a new one, everything, new tower, new wheel well, it's all new from this side over. Seam seal it. The whole engine bay is dirty as hell, but it's all shot in chassis black. It did look good, but he's slow building it. Anyways, the sandblaster is big enough. You can see we made the door the shape of the sandblaster, so you got lots of room to get anything in there. There's our grate, everything to sit on, and I don't know if you can see inside there. This is the siphon hose. You want your siphon hose right between your gloves and as close to you as possible, so it's always out of the way while you're blasting. Your gun, if you have a suction feed. All the air lines, come here, I'll show you the air. Air system, see in the corner? Air lines. I do all steel air lines because I want that moisture. I want them to condense and get rid of the water right away. And that happens quick when hot air meets metal, it condenses. Vertical rise all the time, straight out of the compressor as high as you can go. Cross, vertical drop. All the verticals always have drains so you can drain the water out. That'll eliminate about 80% of the water right there. Lines run along. I don't know if you can see this. There's a scooter in the way. They split. The top line has a lubricator on it. That goes to all the air tools. The bottom line has a filter and a regulator on it, and that goes to paint guns. And it runs along the wall, along the wall, along the wall. Down, there's a drop there going to the, you can see there's a line going to our sandblaster, and the lines are plumbed internally so you can plug in the guns. Everything's powered here. It's compressor, intake fans, and light. You turn it on, it fires everything up for you at once. There's intake fans here. You can see two of them pushing fresh air in. There's a filter in them. The filter's not for filtering air, it's for so we don't get any backflow sand coming out of it. The exhaust on the back. On the other side, you can't see, it just hooks into a shop vac. And that's the outboard filter because we don't have a hole cut in the wall here. And it works just fine. This is a pot blaster for blasting outside. Don't use that one much. Here's the key when you're building a blaster, okay? You make it nice and big. The problem is, even though I can put a fender in here, you can only reach so far with the gloves. So unless you can pass the part back and forth so you can get to the whole part, sure you can flip it around, right? But still getting to the ends no matter what is a huge problem. So there's two ways you can do it. You have to make it long enough that you can shuffle the part back and forth, or, and I've seen this done, you make the glove area actually slide, so you can slide your gloves from side to side and do it. That's a little more involved than I was willing to do at the time. The hopper, you're not going to be able to see this under here, but all it is a piece of 2-inch poly PVC coming out the bottom. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, that's probably way too close, but, and inside, it's an RV plug they use for dumping their gray water. It's just a rubber plug with a wing nut. It does up tight and seals the bottom, but you're able to drain your sand when you want to replenish it because it does wear out. It turns to fine powder. You have to have a sharp, steep angle because as the sand wears out, it starts to cake together and it doesn't flow. It will sit there and your suction gun will create a big hole in the middle and that's it. So the steeper the better on your hopper. This hopper holds 450 pounds of sand. So yeah, build your legs strong. The other thing is, you can't see it, but you take this is another trick for getting your sand moving. You take a palm sander, you unbolt the plate off the back, and you run bolts through with